with Dom.
And friends.
With benefits.
Kathy!
Oh, Lady Psycho. Oh, Lady Psycho. And you know what that means. 3 letters, 3 words. NXT, let's fucking go.
Oh, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to this week's episode of the AEW Dynamite Watch Party.
It is Friday, and you know what that means. Only one thing. It's time for Friday Night SmackDown right here on Circle Debate Network for the watch along. It's Kayla, the Queen of the South.
Yo, the GETCHO podcast crew is in the building. That's right, you got your homie Just.
Yeah. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the latest episode of Game Breaker Sports. Is what?
She bangs! She bangs! Oh, baby, when she moves, she moves.
Yo.
He moves, baby, and he bangs.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended.
Go fuck yourself! Go fuck yourself. How's everybody's father feeling today? Go fuck yourself.
Off is the direction you can fuck.
Escúchenme. Everybody, listen. Ha ha. To me. It's time!
Let me talk to you.
That's right, folks. Let us fucking talk to you, baby, because we're fucking here again for the flagship show. I've never done a flagship show like twice in a week. It's been a while, but you know what? We had to, folks, because there's a lot of things we got to talk about. But you already know this, gentleman. Not alone. The host of Demons Wild is Super Mario 2 host. We finally reunited, and it feels so good. Finally, for us three, it's been a while. It's been a fucking while. But my other 2 hosts, ladies and gentlemen, got one I got to introduce. That is this man.
He'll represent you, and you'll be lucky. He'll win you 1.2, maybe 3. Oh, he's a fill of fucking Pepsi. Just call 1-900-Mussolini. And for a low fee of $3.99, he will give you expert legal advice and a free can of Pepsi.
Pepsi Film, Pepsi, not responsible. See the wrong kind of Pepsi. Top of Wrestling Talk, Circle Debate are all responsible for that.
Call today.
Money's on the way. Call Pepsi
today. Right now. And remember, he will fight for you.
And he will. Ladies and gentlemen, Pepsi Phil.
So.
Money.
Now I feel like getting that theme song for Phil. I feel like just getting that shit for him. And all of the hosts, folks. This man is Mr. Every Night. This man, he's some Money in the Bank and a 2-time network champion, soon to be 3. Maybe it's going to happen. I have a feeling it will be. But, ladies and gentlemen, he's not only just the coolest man in the world, okay? He is, if I could damn fucking find this shit, it's every word, Jesus Christ, there we go.
Because I'm not just the coolest, and I'm not just the best.
I am the Redeemer. And you'll either feel the joy at my cruelty. This is the word of the Redeemer.
It is his world. The Redeemer.
Escúchame. Everybody listen. Ha to me. Your boy's back on the flagship show, and you know what that means. It is game over.
It is game over.
Let's fucking go.
Thank you, Tony Khan. Thank you. Well, folks, we're here because there's some topics we want to talk about today. And they're interesting topics. But I'm going to let Pepsi Phil handle the first one because he brought it up before off air. And that is, of course, the best deals that happen AEW, HBO Max, and WWE and ESPN. So, Pepsi Phil, break down both and let us know what's the announcement that we know from AEW and HBO Max.
Okay, let me start off like from basics. So, go with WWE. They have a deal with ESPN. They still maintain their deal with Peacock, and they still maintain their deal with Netflix.
Okay.
So, to answer your question, you will be paying for Netflix, Peacock, and ESPN to get your WWE content. Peacock you could probably ignore because that's just going to be the library.
And NXT.
And NXT, which NXT and maybe, but not all of NXT premium live events will be on there. But eventually, at some point, they may move it back to ESPN if those events start to get exciting, but they may not, depending.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if you want to watch a lot of the NXT stuff, you have to go to the CW. Even though that's free, that's another streaming service you need to add on your whatever device or machine to get to. So right now you have 4 channels to get WWE content, 3 of which you have to pay for. At this point in time, if I am not mistaken, Peacock is still about $9.99, depending on your plan.
Wait for Peacock.
Well, it depends on which plan. If you have the ad-free version, it's $9. If you have the ad version, it's $9.99.
I don't know what it went to with the one with ads. I know right now, currently, the one without ads, it's $16.99.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the other one. So that's $16.99. For Netflix, they have multiple tiers, which honestly, at this point, I can't even remember. But I think to get the commercial free, which the Raw is not commercial free, it's $25. But either way, you still have to spend somewhere between $10 to $25 to watch on Netflix, depending on your plan.
Right.
So give or take, and then to do the ESPN network cost, that's going to be $30 flat or however many for the full whole year. So at this point in time, you are dropping somewhere around $70 for all of WWE's content.
Son of a bitch.
Depending on what you want. Like if you want to skip the libraries, that's fine. If you want to skip NXT, that'd be stupid, but I understand that.
Okay.
But by and large, you are dropping some. If you get Netflix for Raw, which you kind of need to watch you kind of need to watch Raw to kind of keep up with WWE. That's at least, even though they like to say it's only $30, it's still about $55 to $60 to watch WWE content. And that's just for Raw and the pay-per-views. Not to mention, even though that's technically what you'll be paying for the pay-per-views anyway. So that's the WWE side. For AEW, they are a little bit smaller, obviously. So they have a deal with TNT, and where you can, and TBS, where you can watch their shows on there simulcasted, also on HBO Max. Now, rumors abound that there will be an announcement from AEW where you can watch their pay-per-views now live on HBO at a discounted rate from the normal $50 rate. Rumor has it might be around $30. However, what people have to remember, and this is something I'm curious about seeing what the number is, because there are 3 tiers for HBO Max. $9.99 is basic version, which I don't even know what it is. There is the $16.99 version, which is what they call their standard, and the premium version, which is $20.99. With premium and standard, they already live stream sporting events, so they do have the vehicle for it. So genuinely speaking, I know people are concerned about the discount and they'll still be doing it.
Mhm.
For me, dropping, I mean, I already have HBO Max, so I guess I'm in a different category. For me, dropping $20 and then maybe dropping down to like another $30 for a pay-per-view for an AEW show that I will guarantee I will enjoy. Like, respectfully speaking, I have not watched an AEW pay-per-view I have not enjoyed. And that is 6 years, even through the mess that was Tony Khan's initial booking.
Very true.
That is a lot more than I can say for WWE's last pay-per-views. Like, don't get me wrong. There have been moments in AEW when I went, I mean, it was a good show, but I don't know what the fuck happened. But it was still a great show to watch, and I was not bored watching it. I cannot say the same for a WWE pay-per-view. And if they're going to say I got to spend, like, quote unquote, at least $50 to watch their content, it needs to be a banger every single time for me to want to spend that kind of money. Because AEW understands that. Because I know my favorite complaint is from Booker T right now.
What did he say?
The man who literally went on a mic and commentated his own match in the middle of a show for TNA had the audacity to complain about the gummy bear spot when they didn't sell it enough.
Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. What the fuck? What?
Don't get me wrong. Booker T's a professional and has done more shit in professional wrestling than I could ever dream of.
Oh, God.
But do I understand why Booker T had that opinion? Yes. Mm-hmm. What I would tell Booker T is, you said to yourself, you don't watch AEW, so you do not get the joke.
He doesn't get it.
Oh, it doesn't. So your comment literally is coming from a place of ignorance. Because I will tell you right now, the fall of the EVPs in AEW is probably the only time in the history of the Young Bucks' careers I have ever enjoyed them. Like, don't get me wrong, they're great workers in the ring, but I have never enjoyed any of their gimmicks until now. Because that is the funniest shit I have ever seen. And what it comes down to is it's a long running storyline. And yeah, if you are watching it if you only show up for the pay-per-views, you have no idea what's happening. But back to the original deal thing. For me, I am curious to see what this AEW HBO deal is. Because right now, and I'll give Tony Khan this, we may question that man's booking, but that man is definitely a good business dude.
I agree. You're not wrong there, to be honest with
you. I think he is genuinely smart enough to go, everyone's pissed off with WWE and their streaming deal. Can we do something with HBO to make it easier to watch us and cheaper to watch us?
Right. Very true.
I think I am curious to see, honestly, if he drops it down to $20, everybody's going to HBO Max. If he drops his pay-per-views to $20, everybody who's an AEW fan will get an HBO Max subscription just for that.
Okay.
Because think about it, they're doing a show every like with their quote unquote deals. If they're doing a pay-per-view at least once a month, honestly, $20 for a pay-per-view, that's what people spends on coffee. Or at least a McDonald's Happy Meal or whatever.
It's about right.
It's not a huge ask for people.
Right.
Like, I mean, some people can afford it, some people cannot. But I think if they have HBO Max, they're not going to really, they're going to be okay dropping $20 once a month as a special treat to themselves to watch a pay-per-view that's 3-4 hours long. That's nothing but of a show they enjoy. Versus dropping $30 a month to watch Clash at the Castle.
Yeah, that's very true. But man, before I pass to the Redeemer, though, shout out to everybody in the chat, though. Everybody, Jordan, what's up? What's up, boys? Let's talk wrestling. That's right. How does Redeemer talk that fast, Pepsi Phil, when when we will support England. Lord, what is
I see what I said.
Dylan World Elite. Shout out to Dylan from World Elite.
Dylan.
Good,
and,
Dylan.
And C Fluid, good afternoon. Oh, Minger. Happy National Toasted Marshmallow Day. How the fuck do you know all these national days?
Bro, where do you get these?
Yeah, where do you get this information? You gotta tell us.
Probably Chat GPT.
Hey, see, good. $9.99 for cock. Yeah, and then
I love that comment. First off,
yeah.
that's hysterical.
And Jordan's like, happy we can't watch WWE on Peacock anymore a day. I like that one, Jordan. They still have NXT on Peacock. Peacock, Lord says. Wonder Booker T is allowed to go into a Wendy's. The Sea Fluid says. Bear Monkey was good. Outside of America, we get everything WWE does for $6 a month. I think it's a disgrace, don't you? That you don't. That's an unfortunate, Bear Monkey, that we don't.
Very much, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So, Poppy Redeemer, give us your take on this.
There's a lot of stuff that Phil said that I really do agree with, but there's a lot of stuff that just like I look at these deals for both sides, and honestly, like WWE's kind of not really benefiting a lot of wrestling fans anymore with their stuff. ESPN, now we're going to be paying $30 a freaking month for a pay-per-view that we don't know is going to be good or not, because WWE has been very down the middle lately, this whole year, honestly. So that's already a rough start right there. Peacock, listen, like I'll go back to the Peacock one right after this, because right now with them bouncing all over, like Netflix, fine, we got Monday Night Raw and everything on there, and if you got it internationally, you can watch it, like everything basically, like NXT and SmackDown and Raw and everything else on there. So basically they got that covered. But it's like, I know a lot of people will give shit to Peacock, because if you look at what we had originally before everything moved to Peacock, the WWE Network was easily the best thing that we had. $9.99, we got everything on there basically, and it was monthly. That was like something where it felt great. Now it's almost like, again, the one main issue with Peacock was always the search function. The searching for anything on there fucking sucks to look on there compared to the network. The network was the greatest thing ever. You could find everything that you needed to find, no matter what. And it's just such a bad. It's honestly, it feels like it's very weak, like a bad thing for wrestling fans right now, because now you're paying so much for all these. And again, these streaming services are going up consistently it seems like every month. Yep. We're getting these notifications that this shit's going up here and Peacock's going up. Like I said, I pay for the ad-free stuff, and basically I'm paying almost $20 for Peacock, which is obnoxious in its own right. Now I'm going to be adding possibly $30 for ESPN, which is insanity. Horrible. And then you got just again, Netflix. I don't really pay for the big tiers on Netflix, but if I have to go up and elevate to it, that's going to be a lot for me to have to be paying for. AEW's is so tough to really discuss AEW's, because still right now we're just going off of rumors at this point and everything else. Right. So AEW's, to me, if AEW wants to do better, they need to do like Peacock did. When they put their stuff on there, honestly, we should only just be paying for what we pay for on HBO Max, and then have everything AEW on the streaming service. I think that would just make so much more sense. If that's how Tony wants to stick it to WWE, and they're making us pay all these prices for everything else, he sticks everything on HBO Max and just basically says, whatever you're paying for, that tier right there. Basically, if you put AEW in a higher tier, say if you want to do this, what's the second tier basically for HBO Max right now? It's $17 or something like that.
Yeah, $17.
So basically, if you wanted to do how, if you think about how, I believe it's Max right now has it right now where you can get sports and stuff in a certain tier. should stick themselves in that one tier, and basically that's what you get: pay-per-views, weekly shows, everything else on there. That's how it more than like that could be their way to stick it to WWE and be like, look, at least we made them pay one price for basically everything. You guys are bouncing all over the place and putting it on all these services and making them pay freaking an arm and a leg for it. Right. So like it's just so much better to do it that way.
I feel like that might be the direction they're going right now because a lot of their pay-per-views are already on HBO Max right now.
Yeah. And on Amazon Prime too, right? Because they have
on Amazon Prime. But like when I meant like the archives for our
you're right. Yes.
Going back to I think when they first started.
Yes.
So having them host the pay-per-views might be it. Might be and then go because I thought about it because it would like to your point, I'm not sure if it would fully benefit AEW in the way they think, but it would damn sure benefit HBO Max to host those live events.
Yes.
Now, because AEW, despite what everyone on the internet, like the haters would like to tell you, AEW does make money.
Sure.
And they don't make money through the buys on pay-per-views. I think that's a very small number in comparison to the house shows that they do and between the TV shows they do. But I think they make their money pretty much on like the live streaming services they get on.
I agree with that.
So I think if they're smart, they will give a discount. And once they prove that they can get enough numbers, maybe me personally, I would like just see if they can actually do it. I would literally make them pretty much. I would literally HBO say you host our shit for live. I know HBO has to pay a premium, and I think that's where AEW benefits from that because HBO would have to pay AEW for it. But if they could prove that people will genuinely go to HBO Max, get a subscription, and they'll probably, like I said, I believe it'll take a year. Ideally, the 6 months would be best, but I think a year is probably going to be the best number. If they can prove the year, people are coming just to watch the AEW, and analytics will prove that's the case. I go make HBO pay AEW a licensing fee to live stream all their pay-per-views.
Yeah. And shout out to Stephen, by the way. But go ahead.
And like Justin said, it is a lot easier to drop $20 for a free live event being streamed on HBO Max, where one central location. Like we're not talking about the TV deals; those are always going to be all like no one cared. Like back in the day, we didn't care; those are all over the place. But one central place to get all of your like premium content, even if it is $20 and a discount, you will not care. But having 4 streaming services to get the stuff you like, or you have to wait a day after it airs to watch it, that's a lot to ask for people who honestly have lives, have families, who honestly don't have the time to dedicate an entire time to just tracking your stuff down.
It's not easy for people nowadays to be dropping money like this on this kind of stuff. And it's like when you have these prices so high like they do now, and again, streaming services increasing their prices like constantly, it feels like now. It just feels like it's getting more and more to the point where, we're paying as of right now, before even the HBO Max move with AEW, we're paying $50 for a fucking pay-per-view and paying for Max, most of us too, which is saying a lot right now. So technically, like I said, if their best bet would be to move the entire catalog of AEW and put it in a tier, one of the tiers in HBO, so that way you're paying for that. Like it could be the highest tier if you wanted to, or even like the middle tier, something like that. Like if you want to make sure you're guaranteeing people to get everything for you. You stick it in that tier, and then way they're only paying that one price, and then it kind of just shows WWE where it's like, man, we are kind of fucking up. As much as we're getting these big, massive deals with all these streaming platforms, we're fucking up a little bit. We're fucking up a little bit by doing it all over the place like this. Like, it's not really beneficial to a lot of our viewers. Like, you're not getting a lot of people to come in the arenas because you're jacking up the prices so damn much. The streaming services are getting difficult to freaking keep a hold of because you are jacking up the prices there as well. So WWE's really kind of doing a worse job at this whole situation than AEW is right now.
Yeah, I want to touch on that thing you said before, that they are making it harder for a wrestling fan to stay a wrestling fan because honestly, this is a shift that honestly is bothering me for a while. Like, I do appreciate they need to expand. They need to expand their presence, and they're doing that around the world, and that's perfectly fine. But right now, it seems like they're not expanding their presence to make the product better. They're expanding their presence to just make more money.
That's all it is. It's all it has been. It's felt like since TKO really got in there right now, since they became involved with TKO, all it feels like is the product has gone downhill. Their other prices and everything else, and their stocks and everything else have just gone up. So it's just making them more and more money, but still giving us mediocre to absolute garbage television.
And honestly, I know people complain and say WWE is fine. And like I said, don't get me wrong. They have one or two people, and there are some people who are happy they're there. But I got to tell you, we just watched SmackDown, and we got to see, and SmackDown just at the end of SmackDown, not end of SmackDown, but around SmackDown, they announced the tag team championships are going up there.
Yep.
Yeah. I watched that, and my first thought was, this feels hammered the fuck in at the last minute.
Everything honestly does on that show.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like they planned. They feel like Clash does not feel like it's planned.
No.
It feels like everything's like a last minute deal. And I suppose that's supposed to be decent or supposed to be the story.
The one thing you had on the show that was basically set, you can't even have anymore. And you technically could have still had it, and that was the Women's World Championship match.
Yeah,
that was guaranteed. That was guaranteed after that, but you basically went the lazy route and said, yeah, we just don't know if we want to figure this out just yet, so we're just going to take it off the show. Well, that seems fucking lazy.
And then Steve is saying, been chopping down prices, tiers, wise for streaming servers. Just recently got bundled Disney Plus with Hulu, ESPN Unlimited for like $29.99 a month, and it saved and a drop tier Peacock saving me $7 a month.
So you go down to the ads one basically.
Yeah.
And then Fluid saying, crazy how TKO has gotten the UFC away from the pay-per-view, but has placed WWE back to pay-per-view.
Did they really?
I think
it's basically the model they're under right now. It's a pay-per-view model.
I was to say that. Yeah,
because when they were on Peacock, it was premium live events because it was a live event done on Peacock.
Yeah,
but literally after TKO came in, they went, we can gouge people for more money.
Yeah, and that's what they want. D-Man, what's up, man? What's up?
What's up, Dalton?
Easy there, Spartacus. I'll tell you, Spartacus. And then let's see. I have that Disney Plus package. But I removed ESPN and I got HBO Max with it. And I can watch it.
So here's the problem I have with the entire ESPN thing also. ESPN, as much as people like to not say it, ESPN is a very niche business.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I don't watch that much sports.
Same.
And I'm watching the World Rugby Classics right now. So I have one thing I like watching in sports. I don't watch football, I don't watch basketball, and I don't want to watch like the shows around those things because I just don't care for them. Not that I don't think they're good, it's just they're not my thing.
Yeah.
Like, so my question is do they truly believe ESPN can host a streaming service that has a ton of shows that are just basically, because as far as I'm concerned, it's basically just a news channel. That's
pretty much what it is. ESPN to me. That's why I Everybody has their taste preference when it comes to ESPN because it does. It does. Okay, $30 a month because if it includes every other sports, because they're trying to be like the number one fucking platform of sports, which I'll quote on that.
They already are.
Yeah, that's why I'm quoting that, which technically they are. I quote that. So them adding WWE to that platform, it's gonna. I think it all depends on the people, the audience, like to the fans. They want to pay $30 for that.
I mean, if you are trying to make WWE kind of have that again real sports feel, I can understand the move to ESPN. It makes that makes all the sense right there. But also, like again, it doesn't really. It is really like Phil just said. It's a like niche place for a lot of people because it's like unless you are a diehard sports fan but also a wrestling fan at the same time, ESPN is going to be your place to go. ESPN, like Phil just said, and myself included, I don't really delve into sports like a lot of people do. Like I will watch sports occasionally, but I don't delve into it like a lot of people do. So ESPN's move to me is really bizarre. Like it doesn't really benefit me in the long run because I don't really delve into the rest of the stuff like that. That's kind of how it was originally with Peacock. There was a lot of stuff that I really didn't watch on Peacock. All I had it for was for WWE. But then I kind of started to kind of delve into watching what was on there. I didn't really watch most of the documentaries and stuff that they put on there, like WWE put on there. But, I started to watch the movies they'd put up there and stuff like that and go back and watch some classic stuff. And I knew it was on there. So in the long run, it ended up working well out as having it. But again, ESPN is just kind of a rough one because they were even talking about, again, putting certain events like on ESPN's television channel. Can you imagine what that's going to be like if they like put WrestleMania on ESPN and in the middle of a fucking ESPN matchup, we go to a commercial break on WrestleMania?
That's what I'm afraid of because
that is terrifying to think of. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, like we're in the WrestleMania main event, Cody Rhodes defending the WWE title against whoever in the middle of the fucking main event, and we just hear and WrestleMania rolls on, and we go to a commercial break and start promoting fucking, what? Hell no.
Yeah, and that's the fear, and you know how Steve and I agree. Yeah, like a ESPN Plus Unlimited. See, that's another thing too, because I know that on ESPN for the Disney Plus package, it has ESPN Plus, but I don't know if it's unlimited. So I don't know how they're gonna do these programs, either regular ESPN or you have to get the actual app, or you can watch an ESPN Plus or ESPN Unlimited. That's one thing I don't know, and I agree, especially with the commercials, is where we're gonna see whether we like it or not. I think we're gonna see it. Because one of the best, even on a regular programming, if they say they do a pay-per-view on it, regular pay-per-view, we're going to see ESPN commercials. That's for sure it's going to happen. It's not going to be like we're going to see that shit. There's not going to be no ad-free for that shit. I don't even know, to be honest, if ESPN Plus has or ESPN Unlimited has that.
Oh, here's the difference. When it was on Peacock, there were commercial breaks from people who paid to get those breaks, and WWE had control of when those breaks came in.
Right.
When they go to ESPN, I'm with Justin. I don't know if they're going to pretty much do that because they're on a programmed network.
That's true.
So they basically have to go to commercial when the network tells them you're going to a commercial here.
Jordan, don't worry, man. We'll help you with that, Jordan.
So, because I'm kind of with Justin. Like, can you imagine after having if it's possible, they have a banger match, and they have another match, and then they'll obviously put a commercial in between the matches. But what happens if right before a banger match is about to start, literally 2 seconds after everyone, after the entrances come in, because matches take fucking forever. They're 20 minutes. There's 20 minutes. There's 20 minutes just for the goddamn entrance.
I know. And Dalton's saying I'm surprised that they moved to Disney. Well, remember, Disney owns ESPN. They own that
Right.
shit. They fucking
Right.
own that. They own Hulu.
So technically, they are under Disney.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
are.
they're under Disney. So that's just what
Which,
it is.
And I see his other comment there too.
which makes Roman Reigns which would make Roman Reigns a Disney princess.
Which
I see his other comment. I see his other comment. Dalton's with the how's that going to work with WWE, ESPN, and Monday Night Football? Remember, it's just pay-per-views, not anything else going there. It's just the pay-per-views going to ESPN right now. And then Jordan with I thought ESPN deal with WWE started next year. Did I miss something? They moved it. They bumped it up. Literally, literally, I think from what I heard, someone said they kind of
it's the next pay-per-view they do will be on ESPN.
They basically lessened the Peacock deal a little bit. They were able to work out a thing to lessen the Peacock deal, get out of it a little earlier, but still again keep NXT on there. And now they're moving to ESPN.
If anyone's worried, however, they do get to keep Saturday nights. Peacock keeps Saturday night's main event in case anyone was worried.
Yes, Peacock is keeping Saturday night's main event. They said that. Every Saturday night's main event going forward, no longer on NBC, all on Peacock.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's basically NXT and Saturday night's main event specifically.
I hope NXT stays at Peacock, and they better keep.
I'm with it.
I hope they do because I think it benefits NXT to stay on his own platform like Peacock. Let WWE have ESPN. Fuck it. I would separate it because I think it would be better.
Truly, if they do that, there's no need for me to go to ESPN or watch any pay-per-views.
Think about it. It comes in handy too because look who else has been freaking floating around to talk about with associating with Peacock right now. TNA. If TNA is with freaking Peacock, you got NXT and TNA, the two companies that are working together, dare I say, freaking basically.
Don't forget they also have Triple A's being rumored to be the next.
Yes,
they should move to Peacock too. It'd be great.
Yeah. I think that is the case because if you have AAA, TNA, and NXT on Peacock, going to ESPN makes no sense.
I think TKO did it for the money. I can tell you right now. As I'm gonna say this, excuse me, but as a wrestling fan, to have access to finally see TNA stuff, to finally see AAA stuff, that's like I don't need to have any more. Like I am perfectly happy with NXT because I'm gonna tell you right now, NXT makes me happy.
Yes.
Oh yeah. SmackDown, I can't say that all the time.
but NXT, Miss Parker make us happy.
I'll tell you right now, I watched NXT. I watched that promo with Ricky Starks last Tuesday. That shit gave me chills. Do I think he can beat Oba? No, I think he's going to die.
Right.
But
I'm not. You know what? Now I want to get that clip.
All due respect, we saw what the man did to Javon Evans. Yeah. I don't think Ricky Stark's going to do much better.
I don't think Ricky's going to be able to handle that shit.
You know,
do I think Ricky's got the ability to make me want to watch that match and dream about him winning? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I want to get that clip now. Fucking from what's that? From the Adam Sandler movie. What the fuck's it called? Little Nicky. I'm gonna get that clip. Get that priest that is blind. Oh, we're all gonna die. I need to get that fucking clip.
I almost wonder if the ESPN move in the long run was because of the UFC move.
No one, because of the UFC got the deal with Paramount. So now Paramount's going to have to deal with UFC.
Yeah, and I wonder if them moving is the reason why. Yes, I wonder if TKO looked at that and seen ESPN because ESPN did a lot of UFC related stuff in the long run. So I wonder if when they moved, if that was when they looked at that and said, you know what, we can get them on a bigger platform like that. And then I wonder if that had to play with it. So,
I think that was it, but I think it goes back to the original thing. It's a money grab.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right now, they think because wrestling has become so popular, they can treat it with the same type of like gravitas they did UFC.
True.
And don't get me wrong, back in the day, UFC was the shit. But truth be told, for me personally, I rather watch ONE FC versus UFC.
Okay. Or bare knuckle fighting. I want to see bare knuckle fighting.
No, it's not even bare knuckles fighting. It's basically just a full combat thing.
No, I'm talking about the BKFC bare knuckle fighting championship. You know, there's some promotion.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm talking about that one. That one I watch.
One FC I watched on Amazon Prime, and I believe it's free.
I think it is.
Yeah. But the thing about it is that the matches are always fun and competitive.
Yep.
And with all due respect to UFC matches, those matches are god awful boring because they're not fighting to knock somebody the fuck out or to choke somebody out. They're usually fighting for points.
Yeah.
And that's where it gets, and that is god awful. I mean, not everybody, but every so often. And yes, somebody does get knocked out and someone does get choked out. But either way, back to my original point, my point is that they think they can capitalize on that with WWE. And I think they're gonna burn everybody out.
Yeah,
more than likely.
Yeah, they are. And then I think Steven's saying that NXT's gonna stay there to a spring. Is that a Peacock? Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. I think that is the case. That's what I was confused by because I wasn't sure about the timing of everything. Because they moved up everything. All the schedules get wonky.
Well,
So
more than likely. Jordan's saying at least Pepsi Phil gets it. Makes no sense to have WWE on ESPN because I can't even watch a PLE on ESPN. And Steven saying, Oba going to beat Ricky so bad Ricky thinks his last name is Pelican. Tommy is like, if ESPN costs too much, I'm pointing to the direction they can fuck. And Jordan said, Ricky Sings might need a Coke of Pepsi. And Brandon saying, I have enough apps for wrestling, YouTube TV, RH TV, Twitter TV, IWT, and TNA TV. I'm not paying for ESPN.
And the thing that's shitty is if you have ESPN through your television service, you're basically getting it for free. You would get all the pay-per-views for free and everything else. But it's like shitty because if you have like certain things like even YouTube TV, they never made a deal about the ESPN stuff. So technically you're still paying the $30, which fucking sucks.
Yeah, that sucks.
I mean, the thing that gets me is like, and here's for me, this is my issue personally. I have New Japan Pro Wrestling's app. That's $9.99.
$8.99.
Yeah, and I have Peacock. That's another $9.99. Well, I get the expensive one, so I got
the $13.99. That's what I have.
I get the $13.99 version. So that's about the 10 around my 23 right now.
Now it's $16.99.
Yeah, and now it is $16.99.
Is it? Hold on.
It bumped up. It went up freaking
yeah, you're right. It is $16. It's fucking assholes.
So then you get $24.99 for Netflix.
That's some shit.
So, like I said, if you can get Peacock at $9.99 to have 3 wrestling promotions on there and keep them there, it's worth the $9.99, and I do not mind spending that much for the expensive tier.
Shit, I wouldn't be disappointed spending the freaking the $16.99 to be able to get NXT, TNA, and AAA. Like that.
Technically, if you think about it, that's only $5 per promotion.
Yeah, that's
so.
Somewhere in there, somewhere.
So this is the ESPN. So yeah, ESPN Unlimited is $29.99. That's months. That includes.
The lesser tier for Peacock is $10.99. Says Steve.
Yeah,
it is. It is. I just saw that right now too.
Damn.
And then ESPN Select. That's where I think that's plus. It is. So that one's not gonna have WWE. So you have to get the fucking the ESPN Unlimited.
That's the issue I'm having. Like they're literally going to gouge people enough that they can't afford to pay for it. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're going to have a big bump in the very beginning. I truly believe that, but I think 6 months to a year, maybe even 18 months down the road, people aren't going to be able to afford that.
No, they're not going to be able to afford it. I mean, you're not wrong. Honestly, you're not wrong.
I'm sure there'll be a batch who can. But I think there'll be a significant fall off. People are just like, yo, this is not what I want to spend my money on.
No, it's not going to be worth it because literally, again, we don't know how well the pay-per-views are going to go. If you're basically going off what television's been giving us, basically the weekly shows.
Mm-hmm.
You're going into a pay-per-view. You and me just literally said it off air before we started this right now. Literally, Clash at the Castle, like Clash in Paris, literally SmackDown did nothing to hype us up for the entire show.
I mean,
nothing.
let's be honest, because tomorrow is the last day they're going to show it on Peacock, that pay-per-view.
Yeah. It's the last pay-per-view on Peacock.
And honestly, if they're just shitting that out to pretty much fulfill a contract, that's even sadder.
Yeah, and shout out to Henry from fucking the Chokeslam Wrestling Report.
What's up, bro?
He said AEW will get Fox Sports in 3 years. I don't disagree. I'm with you on that. I think they will. I think
I could see them.
I could see that happening, Henry.
Tony being associated with the freaking Jaguars and him just being able to, have an association with the NFL, go in there and be able to work with Fox Sports. He can fucking make it happen.
Exactly. And the soccer team that he owns in Europe. So that's another thing that benefits. That's why Tony Khan is a smart man when it comes to knowing these platforms where he's getting it. So I got to give him the credit. If he pulls it off, fucking doing what Phil said earlier about the pay-per-view being minimized to less, because if you're gonna pay for HBO Max, what was the price again? The highest was it like $20?
Yeah, $20.99.
$20.99, and then add another to $30 just to order the pay-per-view on that you're paying that's your $50. And it's a beneficial. Why? Because you get other things at that, $20 you get whatever you want on HBO Max for what they have there. $30 comes here pretty much almost every month. So that's the other thing.
If you don't watch a lot of sports like me and Justin, ESPN does nothing for you. Mm-hmm. Everyone fucking watches HBO Max for movies.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Like spending $20 to watch all the movies you want, whatever they might be, is a lot easier to justify than going, I don't watch that many sports. I don't know why I have this.
I got you, Henry. He's gonna join us. Hell yeah, let's go, Henry. Oh shit. But yeah, so
HBO, because HBO is way more attractive. Because at the very least, it's a lot easier mentally to justify watching HBO and paying for it, because you got like 1,000 movies on HBO.
You got a lot of shit on there, like literally.
Yeah, like whatever your niche is, you can still watch it on there. And they have others, and they do have some sporting live events like the NHL. I think some NBA. I don't know about the NFL. Right?
Shout out to our boy Henry. He's here to join us.
What up, bro?
What's up, Henry? Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you subscribe to this man. This man's a popular right here that I love dearly.
Get it.
Chokeslam Wrestling Report. Ladies and gentlemen, Henry, what is going on, mi hermano? Can you hear us? Are you having problems hearing us?
No, I can hear you.
Okay. All right. Talking about me, you have something to say in regards to these deals. Go for it.
I wanted to come in because didn't WWE made a new deal with Peacock?
They did.
It's adjusted. It's an adjust. They just adjusted their original deal.
It was basically their new deal was basically them.
No more pay-per-views.
No, basically them. Basically, it was them kind of. Their revamped deal was them basically getting out of the deal with Peacock early so they could get on ESPN faster.
And the biggest issue is whether or not the WWE library is actually going to stay on Peacock or be moved at a later on, like not this year, but probably like in a couple of years down the road.
And my daughter's going to be pissed because she watches WWE all the time because she got Peacock. So I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. You know,
yeah, it's gonna suck because it's like there's not gonna be on that package. I think like how Phil just said earlier, if down the long run, if it doesn't benefit because they're not getting enough subscribers because of the price deal, Disney will have no fucking choice to fucking add ESPN Unlimited Plus into their bundle deal package.
Yeah, because
they're gonna raise the prices for that.
Right, and I know I'm not going crazy because I know for a fact that if you have ESPN, right, ESPN Plus is not part of that package. That's separate. Am I right?
Yeah, It's better.
And I was getting into arguing with somebody online. They were like, "No, I got ESPN Plus." I said, "No, you don't. You got to pay that separately." I know that for a fact because the UFC fights, when when they do it at ESPN Plus, you have to pay for that, and that's separate. That's not part unless is
well now with Paramount though.
Yeah, now UFC moved to Paramount, so
so they're gonna include the pay-per-views on Paramount now.
Oh, okay.
So that's why they, like how Phil said earlier about they jumped the deal ESPN to get WWE because they lost UFC and then UFC went to Paramount for $7 billion.
But that shit is crazy. Wait.
Yeah, that's why I said earlier. That's why I said earlier.
But wait a minute. Ain't UFC part of TKO?
Yes. They are. But
Paramount is part of HBO.
Yep.
So this shit is crazy.
Right.
It sounds like in a nutshell, they're gonna do. I would not be genuinely fucking surprised if they try to do some shit where they try to put UFC up against AEW.
Now, don't get me wrong. Here's that's going to be a failing battle because I'm not watching UFC matches. Some things. The UFC trend where it was very popular, that shit is over with. It's not the same. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention the deal is only for 7 years and it's for $7.7 billion.
Yeah.
And truth be told, as much as I love Paramount, and I do watch them when they stream some soccer games.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's the right platform for you. Again, that feels like a cash grab because I'm looking at it going, you're UFC, you are a legitimate sporting event. Mm-hmm. Why are you not on this new why didn't you get a ESPN deal as well?
Mm-hmm. I wonder why they never did, and I still question that. I don't know. I gotta go back. I know Dana White did mention why, but I just don't know what's the reason. I have to go back and look at that interview when they asked him that question.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that Paramount, when they gave him that deal, he's the one that took the deal along with Emmanuel.
Yeah,
and included it. Like how Steven said in the chat, they are going to raise their fucking prices because now that the pay-per-views are going to be included on Paramount, that's going to go up, and it's going to go up because now the pay-per-views are going to be included there. I mean, they're still going to have it separate on pay-per-views, other platforms to purchase it. But but for sure, Paramount's going to raise the prices. Which I don't even know what the fuck the price is right now.
You know what the irony of streaming services are? The reason streaming services got great was because they didn't have commercials.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And Hulu started that trend, and then they started that bullshit about, would you like Hulu without ads? And then you got to pay extra for it. And then every streaming service started using that as an excuse to start jacking up their prices. Because at one point, Hulu was free. Like you only paid one thing and you got all of Hulu. Then Hulu became Hulu Plus.
Yep.
And then you can get the commercials taken away.
And ain't Hulu part of Disney also?
Yep. They own Disney. I mean, Disney owns the Hulu now. So
yeah. And Hulu is going away.
Yes, Hulu app. The Hulu app is going away. It's being incorporated into Disney.
Yep.
But Disney swallows everything. I mean, I was working for Marvel Entertainment in 2010, and that's when Disney bought them. And you don't hear nothing about Marvel unless it's the movie. You know, they got their own website on the side, but
crazy.
They don't want to make the calls. You know.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, it's surprising to me that UFC went to Paramount. And Paramount and HBO Max is the same company. AEW is under that with Warner Brothers. So I don't know if UFC is trying to expand where they're going to take over the whole damn HBO Max and everything. We don't know. It could be, I don't know, some type of setup where they probably also trying to get AEW out of that channel, you know. And I say the only channel that I think that they still have a chance to probably even move if 3 or 4 years from now, it gets Fox Sports. But they remember back in when they had there was rumors going around that they were not going to have Warner Brothers or whatever. Remember they had the Shockwave. They were going around saying there was going to be a new show. It was going to be called Shockwave, and that Fox Sports was going to pick them up. This is right after WWE left Fox Sports. But I don't know what happened with that. So, Fox Sports is the only hope that I see that if it comes down for AEW when it's time for them to renew their TV deals, because now I think they're getting a new guy who's going to be running WB now, and we don't know if WB is going to be the same after that. But the only choice they have is Fox Sports, and because you see with WWE, they already jumped on ESPN. They're not stupid.
Yeah, I think, like how we were saying earlier, I think ESPN was the one that was more hungry because now that they lost UFC, and now because UFC is not going to go to Paramount until next year, they're going to Paramount Plus. And then Steven, yes, that's just the regular, and then they're going to raise it when it's going to go from $7.99 to probably
to
more
$10.99.
I think it might go to 20 because
so
they're going to have the pay-per-views there on 2026.
They might freaking jack it up that
They're
much.
going to jack it up to the max.
With UFC, they'll be like, "Oh my god, we got this big ass entity in UFC. We're gonna jack these shits up."
How much is the pay-per-view or max, if anybody knows, for AEW? Is it
it's usually $50, but they haven't actually. There's supposed to be a new announcement about maybe there's a discounted rate coming. Yep. But I think that's a Monday announcement or a Dynamite.
As of right now, it's basically just the situation until they actually make an announcement. If they are going to move everything to max, basically like the pay-per-views to max, and unless they make an announcement that there's going to be a decrease in price, you're going to be paying for what you're paying for with max, and then paying the $50 for fucking as well. Probably.
Yeah, because I order mine through Prime Video. So Prime Video charges me $50.
Yeah.
And it's on 720. It's very clear. It's not, I mean, we had the only problem I think that I had on Sunday was the introduction when the guys were coming in the ring in the cage, and the fee went out for a couple of seconds and then it came back. But other than that, it was good, So. Yeah. $50, you can't go wrong. I don't know how much is WWE.
I mean, for what it's worth, these even though AEW and WWE even WWE content is still whatever it is, the plans to gouge people for money is working. Stock prices for TKO are going up, and it is making enough money for them so that the executives at least are making shit out of it.
Well, because they got to cover the money what they fucking lost and pay their investors.
C Fluid's got a good point there.
What do you say?
I wonder how this move to ESPN will affect Lee Fitting in WWE. Lee Fitting left ESPN. Some shit. So how does that work?
They'll probably firewall him.
You think so?
Yeah, they're honestly, it is not that hard to actually firewall him. All you do is just say you only deal with this.
I mean, honestly, because from what I've heard, Lee Fitting was involved in a certain same exact almost kind of situation as the old man was involved in.
Yeah, I don't know, but I mean, but the problem is he's still there though, isn't he?
Yeah. It seems like this is everywhere because I know Fox Sports had an issue with Joey Taylor and the guy who was running Fox Sports. They fired his ass for some crazy shit. So that's fucking everywhere.
Right, that's everywhere. Even fucking Shannon Sharp, even him. He's
Shannon Sharp, no, but Shannon Sharp went trying to kick it was doing some crazy shit with a 19-year-old. First of all, my man's almost my age. Come on, man. The fuck is wrong with him?
Either way, he settled out of court.
Yeah, I
don't know what the fuck he settled that. I don't. Yeah.
Well, listen. He got lucky on that because let me tell you something. His nightcap. All those sponsors, he lucky he had lost all of those shits because he would have lost more money on top of that. But he's still around. Yeah, he got fired by ESPN, but he's still around making money. You know what I'm saying? He needs to stop dealing with these 19-year-olds. You know what I'm saying?
I can't believe I didn't even think about the thing with Lee Fitting, like the fact that he had that kind of stuff, and he had that whole thing with the whole ESPYs and shit. That he used to that he had fake awards. He had awards made with fake names, basically, for people, which is fucking.
I mean, for what it's worth, there's another story about the old man that got dropped recently.
I know. I heard it. It's the one
even
with,
to quickly cover the thing that Dalton said. I wonder if Stephen A. Smith is going to be part of the WWE ESPN. I'm going to tell you right now. Imagine the only reason. I bet you one other reason why WWE moved to ESPN is going to be the fucking exposure. because it's going to get them talked about like fucking crazy. We'll be seeing Sports Center in the morning, and they'll be talking about the pay-per-view that happened the night before. It's going to be some shit like that.
And honestly, that's that's TKO's agenda, because they're already doing it now with CW. CW now on a Channel 5 News, what they fucking do now is they talk about NXT. They talk about, oh yeah, the rest of this is what happened on NXT, on the sports recap. It's there. And that's what they want the same from ESPN to do the same. And now that they're with them permanently, we're gonna see that a lot on ESPN for sure. You're gonna hear that shit on
and honestly, that is a problem for a wrestling fan because it's a scripted event.
Yeah,
it's not as much as I don't like the old man and what he ever did. Truth be told, the one thing he got right is that it's still entertainment, and pretty much having the news have a commentary about a TV show that's basically a soap opera just feels insane.
They're ruining, first of all, especially with that Netflix Unfiltered, whatever it's called. I don't know what Triple H and WWE is doing. They're just hurting the business because you're exposing what goes on behind the scenes. Yes, we know it's scripted, all this stuff, but is that really helping them by doing that?
No. I like the idea of them doing kind of like that kind of format.
Tell Henry what we said when we reviewed that.
Because like I said, I think it's 90% work.
Exactly, it's a work.
I think it's 90% work to pretty much give people the false idea that wrestling is a sport. Like honestly, like some of the comments and commentary felt very. And some of the things that happened, like the first example I have is the standing ovation they gave Charlotte when she came back.
Let me tell you something. You know what's going to happen? And this is going to happen. It happened back in 1985. It happened with Big Van Vader. Some stupid reporter is going to come out of nowhere and say, "Is wrestling fake?" It's going to get slapped up again. I mean, it's just a matter of time when somebody's going to think they're cute and funny and go be like, "Oh, wrestling is fake," and they're going to get slapped up. Lawsuits, all kinds of shit. They should just leave wrestling the way it is. You don't have to expose what happens behind the scene, behind the curtain. And that's the problem I have with WWE doing this. You know what I'm saying? Because they're trying to kill the fun of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's why I don't like the Unreal stuff. That's why I will not watch it. I don't care about the backstage stuff and like this is what we planned up and everything. I don't give a shit. Okay. Like we basically cover off what we see on television. That is it. Like we don't need your backstage stuff and everything else. Like we get all that crap from the freaking, the dirt sheets and everything else. Like this happened backstage and this is what's going on. And here's the plan. We don't even need that shit. Just give us our perspective through what we're seeing on television. Let us discuss it, debate it, do whatever the hell, criticize it. And again, Triple H, fuck you for being that guy to be like, why can't they just enjoy the show and just freaking not criticize it? Because you're presenting it to us. If you don't want us to criticize it, don't present it to us then.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like I said, I appreciate the kayfabe thing being lifted, but truth be told, sometimes you don't want to see how the sausage and the magic comes out. Like the point of wrestling was the fact that it's a lot easier to suspend your disbelief in the past than it is right now. Now, don't get me wrong. The thing, like having wrestlers kind of go after each other online through Twitter and stuff is hilarious in my opinion. And I think a few people actually do that really well. Like Kevin Owens does a good job with it. Drew McIntyre definitely does a good job with it because that is
Ricochet.
And Ricochet.
I'm gonna say.
But here's the thing, though. They do that in their persona.
Yeah.
They do it in their persona. So technically, it's just an extension of the kayfabe. Yeah. The problem is when they do. Because here's the thing. Like, I don't care about the fact that after remember the big complaint everybody had was the Wide Six killing everybody on WWE and they went out with burgers.
Yeah.
I don't care about that because honestly, they're allowed to have real lives.
Yeah.
What I do care about is them before they go out for that burger, having a clip where we get to see them undress and talking to each other about what they did and what they plan on doing next.
And shit. Yeah, I remember that shit.
I don't mind them having a life and us seeing and catching them out in the streets. That was the best part when you were a kid. But when they start giving us too much access to the back, it makes it hard to suspend your disbelief.
Right.
Yeah. And to see, reading what Seafood was saying, I wish that a former writer didn't even bring that up. I'm only saying that because of her daughter is a young woman now, and she doesn't even need to relive being that up again. Okay. And Brandon's saying that WWE did it, AEW did it with AEW All Access.
No, I disagree with that.
I don't know if they did. I never saw it. So
they did. I disagree with that. They did show people talking together. That happens in wrestling show. I've been in an independent wrestling show where guys talk to each other, whatever. But it's all freaking part of characters. Well, people are not gonna talk to each other and they all work together. You know what I'm saying? So I disagree with that. The All Access wasn't crazy like what I'm hearing with this whatever the name of the Netflix shit. So you can't compare that with what WWE is doing. No way.
All Access basically became the fucking Britt Baker thing where it was basically her backstage and her attitude towards everybody, and that was basically what that show became.
Okay, that's fair enough. All right.
But I mean, the thing is, like the fantasy was still around at All Access. The fantasy of wrestling was still there.
Yes.
All right.
What do you got? What's this? We got a new segment?
We got a new segment because because we look. I need to know because
booking resolution.
There has to be that's the reason why I called the episode of resolution, because we are seeing right now. And I don't know if you guys agree with me on this, and I'm going to go very quick. I just don't fucking see it right now. Like, well, I'll tell you, who am I choosing this one, obviously. It's so fucking obvious. It's WWE right now. AEW is doing right now. I can't disagree with what they're doing. Their booking is actually not bad right now. He's booking his fucking stories. I don't know who the fuck got to Tony Khan's head. Whoever it is now, thank you for getting into his head how to tell a fucking story, booking a month ahead of time before your pay-per-view. Good job. I applaud you with a goal.
The reason he did that with the whole contract and to give it 7 days, he said he doesn't want to do what WWE does with the Money in the Bank and be a whole year walking around with this shit.
That was a legit thing he said. And I saw a lot of people that were pissed off about that because they were like, "You got rid of the." Right, that's what I'm saying. They got rid of they got rid of the excitement and the intrigue behind the contract now because it's like, well, first off, how many people out there are sick and tired of Money in the Bank as it is right now?
Exactly.
How many think it's a played out concept as it is right now? You know, it's the same fucking thing every time of the surprise cash in, the run in while the champion's exhausted, cash in on it. Now it's a situation where you have to basically give your heads up ahead of time, and then we can actually promote the fucking matchup, which is honestly, I think it's a better idea, honestly.
I agree. I absolutely agree. I'm
not saying that. And the thing with the WWE, you talking about the best booking for resolution, the WWE, I just did my podcast like probably 5-10 minutes ago, right? And I talked about what's going on with WWE, especially what I saw last night with Sami Zayn winning the United States title. My beef with that is the only reason they doing that shit is because they trying to promote that damn Royal Rumble for Saudi Arabia. You know what I'm saying? And second of all, you took the belt away from Jacob Fatu, the man who was pretty much had this thing going on with the momentum before he became the champion and whatnot. But the WWE got scared. They were like, oh my God, he's getting too big for the promotion. Let's take the belt away from him. And now he had this horrible damn steel case match with him. And now you go and take the belt away from Solo Sikoa. So what he's going to chase for now?
So here's the thing I will say
Thank you.
Here's the thing I will say about. Here's the thing
you're right. You're fucking right.
I will say this. This is the only thing I will say about that. I think
I'm getting hot, man. Sorry, go ahead.
I'll say right now. I think they took it off the belt because of that album he did, that song he did with Rikishi.
That was fucking years. What the fuck? Who cares?
No,
it was stupid.
No. Hold on. They took it because of that. I don't really care about that, but I will give Solo credit. When he had that belt, he was not boring.
Entertaining.
I don't know. But
he changed his character instead of
they first of all, Solo Sikoa, they changed his whole tough guy attitude. They had him like as a joker. I'm like, what you doing?
But they had to, because honestly, the man was dry as fuck and not entertaining. He had to be.
And the way I'm looking at this is, you took Jacob Fatu momentum. This guy was fucking hot as fucking boiling water.
Yep.
And you go give him the belt. He lasts for a month with the belt. He loses to Shakur. Then he gets into a fucking steel cage match, which was the worst fucking steel cage I ever seen in my life. It was horrible.
That was the
worst. I think Justin, we talked about that in the SummerSlam, right? Yeah, it was
flat,
fucking horrible.
Don't get me wrong. I know you're right. No, I do agree with you 100%. And I think I don't know what they're doing with Jacob. Aligning him with Jey Uso and CM Punk to me feels like a terrible idea. Like, honestly, I think it's a bad idea because, truth be told, when he started, he didn't need them after he got the U.S. title.
Nope.
Like, they could have had him. It's the same thing with Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker don't need division. He already proved that 100 times already.
Yep.
And right now, there's these dudes who are pretty much self-sufficient, who they are pretty much throwing in to these like factions to make everybody else looks good. And it's supposed to like help them get better, but it's like it's just dragging them down.
You know what they're doing. You can tell what they're gonna do with Braun Breaker right now on Monday Night Raw. They're basically gonna give him. They're gonna give him the Batista moment. They're gonna give him that Batista moment where basically it's gonna be that when it comes down to it, he's gonna be the one to break away, destroy the Vision himself.
Yeah,
and it's gonna be that situation. Like again, you're gonna give him that big moment. Like he's gonna be the one. Like. Clearly, right now, a lot of us are basically going to believe, as much as we want Bronson Reed should be beating Roman Reigns tomorrow night. Basically, that's not going to happen. You know that's going to go to Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker is going to be the one to beat Roman Reigns at one point, and then it's going to be that's going to be the start of the rise for Braun Breaker.
That is that's my other complaint. As much as I love Braun Breaker, I think Bronson Reed is the better pick. As the guy,
too, honestly,
I think he's the guy. Like he's like physically, he's a better athlete. When he was in Japan, that dude was insane.
Tell me right now, hell,
he was in Jonah. That boy was a beast.
Yeah,
his
running TNA.
He did not do well in the G1.
That was the thing. That was the thing.
He
beat Okada for God's sake.
That was the thing about him. Like he literally got he left. I remember he left NXT. Went to Japan, was crazy talented, was having banger after banger matches, and literally everybody was like, where was this guy? And they bring him back, and they're basically having him do the same shit that got him cut.
He got the run of TNA that was phenomenal.
And he was part of Jake Zack Saban Jr.'s group, TMDK.
Yes, he was in TMDK. You're right.
And matter of fact, I saw Bronson Reed. This is before he came back to WWE. And the same day I met Jacob Fatu, he had a bang of a match with Jacob Fatu and House of Glory. This fucking match was retarded.
That was match of the year.
Yeah, fighting in the crowd, throwing chairs, all kinds of shit.
But like I said, if you look at his matches since he's gotten back to WWE, I don't recognize this dude. And I think they have sidelined him. All due respect to him, they have made him a heavy. And the thing is, though, I can't remember his mic skills because I don't think he'd use a lot of the mic skills he had, but I do think he had.
No, not even in New Japan. He didn't really do much when he was there.
I mean, the man don't speak Japanese, so I do understand.
No, obviously,
but the thing that gets me is that when he was back, when he was having that beef with Braun Strowman, his skills were amazing.
His promo he cut Monday was fucking good, honestly.
Yeah.
Even though mostly it was Heyman. Even though mostly it was Heyman in the beginning, when he picked up the microphone and started going at it, I'm like, you know what, Bronson, you can actually talk, dude.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. When he called that shit the Shula Fala, that was the funniest shit I ever seen.
Yeah, and then the funny thing,
the tribal thief, you know,
the tribal thief. Yo, when I saw that shirt, I said, y'all got to give me that shirt.
I want that shirt. I want that shit, bro. I want that shit.
I want that shit.
So, like I said, don't get me wrong. Like I do love Braun Breaker, but he's still technically a rookie. Like he's still I know it sounds strange, but think about it. Think about it. By WWE standards, he's only been he was in NXT for what, 2 years?
Yeah, and they let him go.
Yeah, and then they bring him up. Oh no, I meant not Braun Breaker. I meant Braun Breaker was only in NXT for like 2-3 years. They brought him up after that, and technically he's only been on the WWE main roster for about 2 years.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So by main roster standards, he's still a rookie. Versus like Bronson Reed, who's at way more seasoned than he is. And I mean, I know obviously wrestling's like a little weird about how they deal with like tenure and shit. But honestly, Bronson Reed has done more in regards to making an impact, no pun intended, than I think Braun Breaker has. But that's not to say Braun Breaker isn't the real one. I think giving him the IC title was a good shot, but I think he still has a couple of years where they give him the world championship, which I think they're trying to force that shit to come right now.
Because that's Papa H's now baby boy that he see that when he brought him up from NXT. I think we can all agree on this. And tell me if I'm wrong.
When Braun Breaker had the IC belt, he only held it for like 51 days on his first reign, and then he had another 51 days. So they should have kept it on him for a while.
Yeah.
But the thing is that what Braun Breaker needs, and I feel like, and I'm going to say that subject when we get to the last one. But one thing I want to say about Braun Breaker in this one is, and I always say the problem with him is his mic skills. His charisma is where. Why do you think they put him in Baron Corbin with Bishop? Because Bishop helped them get that charisma out of him, and he needed that. And what do you think? Why he lost the belt to Dolph Ziggler? Because he needed be a chaser and a build up for the story when he lost the belt to Ziggler. When Ziggler went to NXT and took the belt away from him. So that's the only thing that Braun Breaker is missing. He got everything in the ring. Psychologically, however, is always the charisma. Tell me what I'm wrong about that.
I will say his charisma is growing. He does have great charisma that is growing.
It's growing now. But
see,
before.
the thing is with Braun, like I honestly thought he did a damn good job in NXT originally because he was really able to talk. Like every time I listen to him, all I get is Scott Steiner vibes. And I'm like, if that man just goes out there, cuts fucking his uncle's fucking promos all the time, like style promos, then just let him do it. I don't care if they make sense.
Well, if you start talking about math, we got a problem.
Yeah, right. Like, come on. Like, you know, 40 plus 47 is 100. You know, but I don't give a shit.
But that's the thing. That's the thing about him that I'm kind of curious about to wait to see what it develops normally. Because I feel like they're rushing him. Not to say that, I mean, everyone feels like they're getting rushed. But the thing with him is like they're rushing him a little too quickly for my taste. Because you got Bronson Reed right there who almost killed Seth Rollins. Literally, who pretty much is going toe-to-toe with Roman Reigns. And we all know Bronson Reed's going to lose to Roman Reigns.
Oh, yeah.
Unless Clash changes, he's going to lose to Roman Reigns. And that's going to derail Bronson Reed and relegate him to pretty much. I'm not going to say he's like a top guy, right? Like going down below top guy status, but he's not going to be able to get a shot on that kind of level again.
They're wrestling tomorrow?
Yeah, the Clash.
Oh, he's getting his sneakers back. He's getting his sneakers back.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to hurt him, honestly. I don't think it hurts him, honestly, because even if he just goes out there and makes it look like Roman was about to be defeated in the long run, it's not really going to really hurt Bronson Reed, because as long as he's still involved in this Vision faction for now, he can that's his way to bounce back from anything at this point. So basically, I don't think it's going to really kill a lot for him, honestly. I think he can still bounce back up, and he could be right back up in that killer position as much as he wants. Like, again, the main focus really for the Vision is probably going to be Braun Breaker. Like, that's obvious.
What I see, if Bronson Reed loses tomorrow, he'll probably lose by disqualification. I don't see him losing.
Yeah, I mean, that's
up because again, Justin just said it doesn't hurt him, but what better way to still have the Vision still like the top heel faction, but either interference for Braun Breaker. Now, I can see that happening, but I don't see him getting pinned.
I agree with that. I can see that too happening, to be honest, for tomorrow. The one thing too is, like, I'm with Redeemer this one too. It's not going to hurt Bronson Reed losing this match if he loses. But I do like, what you said right now, Henry, too. Either way, in the long run, this is not hurting Bronson Reed. If anything, it's helping him. Because, and not only that, with Paul Heyman, Whether people like it or not, I give Heyman the most credit in the world because that man, if it wasn't for him, I don't give a damn what anybody says.
No, that's not a no. The fact
but hold on. Give me a minute. I'm just saying because Heyman is gonna help these two athletes that they need help on promote like charisma, besides their in ring, and Heyman is the guy that can help those two athletes besides Seth Rollins too, because he's already a veteran. You can say that now. They're going to help them, and they're going to be a future stars. It could be meaning of either a mid-card title or the world championship. I feel that's a great decision. And, yeah, if they repeat with the whole Braun Breaker situation, breaking up with Vision, like the Batista and fucking Evolution, that's how you know that they didn't have a story. They pretty much repeated what happened with Batista years ago, turning him a heel to a face. The same with Braun Breaker's going to happen here in the main roster. Him turning into a heel to a face, and that could be the case that we might see here for the following next year WrestleMania or the following after that. So I mean, I don't know, but I apologize, Phil. Go ahead, Phil.
I agree with you about Paul Heyman. Putting him on Paul Heyman was a very good call. And Paul Heyman admitted he's already been working with Braun Breaker behind the scenes anyway. Same with Bronson Reed. I think Bronson Reed already had an existing relationship with Paul Heyman as well.
Yes.
And I do appreciate they put him with Seth because Seth, I mean, honestly, Seth is the most senior guy there. And Seth is like you said, it is the evolution formula. But they're not stretching it out as much as that. But I guess, like I said, the thing is that I think they're genuinely focusing on the wrong guy right now. I think they should be focusing on Bronson Reed because from a story perspective, him turning on them is way more traumatizing to the group than Braun Breaker. And truthfully told, a Bronson Reed Braun Breaker match would be the ugliest thing in the world.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that. And another thing that I want to add to this, and I don't know, when it comes to the booking resolution for WWE, is really honestly, it's a fucking women's man. Wait, tell me, okay, you saw SmackDown, right? So we saw it last night. Really? We're finally getting Julia. You gave her the fucking belt, and what have you done?
Oh
Shit.
My God.
I
got a better one for y'all. I got a better one. I started shaking my head the minute I saw this clip. How is it that Jade Cargill is getting another shot at Stratton again? She's number one contender all the time. The hell?
Because legitimately, the fucking SmackDown women's division is shit. It has three women basically for that women's championship right now, and the women's mid-card title is no better.
Okay, so let me ask you this question: you think Jade Cargill wins the belt now?
Yes, more than likely.
I think I don't.
So here's the thing that hurts me about Jade Cargill. I'm a huge fan of Jade Cargill. Not gonna lie to you, that match with Tiffany Stratton was not good.
It was not.
No.
It was not a good match. And if that is your tester match, that's a really bad showing.
Well, I blame it on Jade Cargill. She looks like she has not gotten better since she signed with WWE. She's gotten a little better, but not that much better.
I think she actually did, but I think in that match, I don't know what either they didn't practice, their chemistry felt off. They did not look great because honestly, the one who was wrestling that, and I feel like it might go back to Jade Cargill's inexperience more than anything else. Mm-hmm. I think when she got on that big stage by herself, she kind of crumbled. I hate saying it that way because, like I said, it is not fair to say that because I'm not in that situation because I'll probably crack as well. But I think from WWE's perspective, that the fact that she couldn't handle that moment, if that's the case, that they were probably like, we can't give her the belt yet.
I mean, let's be honest. You can put that match being bad on both of them because even Tiffany. Because honestly, like I don't know what it's been with Tiffany Stratton.
No, that's what I mean.
Few matches have been pretty rough in her own.
That's what I mean. Like the chemistry between the both of them were pretty terrible, and they were not communicating well with each other in the ring. and they honestly looked lost and confused.
It was about as bad. It could have treaded worse, and honestly could have been just as bad as Tiffany and Charlotte's match was at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
that match was terrible.
Chris says WWE is holding back Bianca Belair and back. I don't know how they're holding her back. The woman has won world title, so I don't know how that holding back.
The woman's literally in a position where, like, right now, yes, she's out because of her fucking finger. And literally, it's because of the fact that her finger is still fucking jammed straight and she can't bend it. So that's the only reason why she's not on television right now. But literally, she's one of them, another one that could literally be off TV. They'll put her right back in a fucking title position, and we ain't gonna fucking bitch about it.
Here's the problem I have with like Bianca Belair: it's only her.
Yeah,
if you think about it, it's only her. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, yeah, you got Becky, you got, for better or worse, Liv, and you have a bunch of other people. But truth be told, that's a very small, like, across two promotions. There, I mean, then you got Charlotte and Alexis, but there's not a huge number. But if we're doing Tiffy and her title, it's only Bianca. Like,
here's the thing, though, Phil, and I apologize. Here's the thing tell me if I'm wrong. I said this before. The problem is for chemistry, and I'm talking about overall, not just those two women that we mentioned about Jade and Tiffany, is they took away the live events. How the fuck do you expect them to get a better understanding in ring psychologically to understand each other? And then to add on top of that, the TV motherfucking time that those women get.
I will give you that they do need more reps, but honestly is, and this will sound terrible, that's a pretty piss poor excuse considering the fact that how much they rehearse. They rehearse they rehearse weeks before those matches, so they know how each other work. It's granted they don't have a live crowd. Your live crowd theory works because you are right. At one point, the mic skills, they need the live crowds for practice. However, they get plenty of run-throughs and rehearsals for their matches, and they should know by the time they get there how to handle each other. So loss of live events really affects the communication. And the problem is that there's only so much you can there's only so much live events will teach you, because a live event teaches you how to work in front of a crowd. Working in front of TV is completely different than a live event. The only thing it gets you is getting you used to being watched.
But that's the point, Phil.
No. But there's the only real difference between being watched and watched on television is that the cameras you have to work towards the camera.
No, agreed. I'm not saying you're wrong about that. What I'm trying to get more specific on it is, like, I hear what you're saying. The thing is that they need to get an understanding, like, with a live crowd, to feel their atmosphere in front of a live crowd doing a regular live show, a non-televised.
I hear what you're saying. Yeah, I agree. But honestly, I don't think that was the problem. I think it was they literally crumbled under under like how big that match was.
I agree with him, because and also, not to cut you off, but remember, WWE doesn't do live events anymore.
Hey, that's a problem.
So now that they don't have the live events, they figure they don't have to practice. But as I agree with him, I think either both of them crack under pressure, because we were talking about how many people went at the MetLife, 60,000. So you go in there and you mess up one move, they're gonna be like, "Oh my God, I just messed up." So now the pressure of them trying to perform to the expectation that everybody's expecting them to do. That match was horrible. It was not that great. I mean, I don't know. And I know Tiffany Stratton is she's pretty good at what she does. So again, we don't know who to blame. It could have been Jay Carhill, or could have been her. And like you said, that maybe there was no chemistry, that they didn't practice. And I don't know if they still do this now, but I know they still got agents where they have sit down and talk to them, and they're saying, "Look, this is what you got to do, blah, 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 this and this and this and that." But I think also, like I said earlier, it could be because there's not live crowds anymore. I mean, they don't do the live crowd anymore. So it's less time for them to practice, or it's, more time for them to be right in front of the crowd, do a promo or whatever. You know?
Exactly, and I feel like that's the issue. I feel that is missing for them to get a better understanding of getting the chemistry of the audiences besides the television, and the other thing too is the TV time for these women because there's talented women there in that both fucking main rosters and they can get TV time, and they're not given the time.
Now
and that's the problem. They repeat the same thing weekly.
Now that I do believe that is the problem because I ended up watching the Shayna Baszler interview she did with Ariel Helwani recently. They fucking did her wrong.
Oh yeah,
they fucking did her dirty.
They did her dirty back in the fucking time during the pandemic when they fucking had her going out there and being a vampire for crazy.
Yeah. But the way they treat her, like she signs a 3-year extension contract and then they release her. The fuck is that? So I think it goes back to what you said. Because they do a bad job of booking their women, they don't have major talents. And this is one thing where I think you may be right. I think now, granted, I agree with you that they didn't. I still stick with the idea they don't need the live shows to actually get better.
Okay.
But what I do think is they need the live shows to show WWE they have something. Literally, the number of times that we have seen clips of live shows where they have been more engaging and charming on those live shows, and the stories you've heard, like I did this on a live show and did it a couple of times. And we liked it, so we sent it to WWE. I think that losing that live time thing is they're losing the ability to like really kind of, honestly, to practice their craft and like develop their personality because that's how The Godfather was born. He made a random joke about hoes doing one match with the Undertaker.
And they got the old man. Oh, I like hoes.
Yeah, exactly. We ain't gonna start that.
That's great TV. That's great TV. We got hoes.
Yeah, some goddamn intern at the middle of Monday Night Raw got to go find some strip clubs and go, can we borrow your hoes for a night?
Get to show her my genetic jackhammer. You know, like what the fuck?
Genetic jackhammer. I forgot about that.
You want to hear my hot take about this entire thing with the best booking resolution? You want to know what my hot take is about the entire fucking thing? None of them, honestly, have been like the best. Honestly, to be honest with you.
See, I'm gonna. So TNA has been okay. ROH has been okay.
TNA's is only at the point if you can access them. So basically, it's hard to really say anything about TNA's or Ring of Honor's. NXT's is on television, and right now, to be honest with everybody here right now, NXT feels like they're doing fucking nothing. Flat out. NXT feels like they're doing nothing. WWE feels like they're doing fucking nothing. AEW is actually doing something, but it's honestly not been good at all, to be honest with you. They've had more bad than he had anything good, it feels like.
But AEW, even though a lot of people say it's bad, I don't see it as bad. I mean, right now, somebody just asked what they're going to do with MJF. That whole storyline with MJF makes it even better. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing, he's trying to. The only thing I didn't like was they took the Hurt business away from him. I don't know why they did that. That's the bad part about it. As far as Ring of Honor, I don't know if you guys saw Death Before Dishonor.
I watched that last night on the recap. Yeah. That shit was pretty good. That shit was
sure. Hey, the Hedgehog Bandito was great.
And then the thing is, who saw Sammy Guevara turning on Lyrics and joining LFI? Nobody saw that. And he belongs in there. So as far as people saying that AEW should do something about Ring of Honor as Tony Khan get his ass up and do something about Ring of Honor. The only reason Ring of Honor right now is still being shown on the club, Tony Khan's still trying to get a channel for them. Mm-hmm. It's not easy to get a channel. We were just talking about the channels and subscription and all that. It's hard. Now, if Fox Sports decide to pick up Ring of Honor, like I said earlier, you can best bet AEW is going to be there too. So you just got to have patience, you know?
Yeah. You know, and remember, AEW used to be terrible booking. Yeah. Now it's just they developed nicely. I'm not gonna lie, the last few Dynamites and Collisions I've watched and the storylines I've seen have been literally like they've been good storylines, like legitimately story. I mean, are they weird? Yes. Are they
Yeah,
definitely?
That's always going to be that way. They're always
also, I don't get how Warlow it's part of the Don Callis family, and he's back at the same shit he was in with MJF as a bodyguard.
all I know is that the Don Callis family might as well be NWO. Because literally, if they don't know what the fuck to do with you, you going into Don Callis.
And you know what's funny though, and I told this to one of my boys. I said, if you look at the Don Callis family, right, with the exception of right now Warlord, Echisato, everybody that's in that group, one time or another, worked for New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
That's so true.
All of them.
They're already hitting.
I just thought about that right now. I'm so sorry, Henry, but you got a good point.
The funny thing about it is they're already hitting to the fact that Konosuke's leaving.
Thought about that shit.
They're who?
Yeah,
they're already hitting to the fact that Takeshita's going to roll.
Oh yeah, listen. And as far as the Takeshita and OPC, you know, we talked about that about the G1 climax. The whole point of Takeshita winning that match and winning the G1 was to put him against Okada. And then that unified belt is going to be on the line, and Takeshita is going to beat Okada. You know what I'm saying? But before he faces Okada, I'm going to tell you right now, he's going to have to go through the whole Don Callis family, and that's going to be the storyline because they already showed it this past Wednesday.
Yeah,
they already showed it.
Thank you. And honestly, I'm not going to lie to you. Takeshita should have had this push about 6 months ago. Not even going to lie to you.
Wait a minute. Whoa. If you look at Takeshita right now, if today the year ended, to me the wrestler of the year is Takeshita, and the reason I say that because you said 6 months ago. Remember, the beginning of the year he had the AEW International Championship and the Never Openweight title. Okay,
yeah.
Now he had that belt for a couple of months. Then he went back to AEW, and now he went. So to me, when he went into G1. He's gonna face Zack Sabre Jr. in October and the King of Pro Wrestling, which I don't think he's gonna beat Zack Sabre Jr.
It's not October. I think it's happening sooner. I think on the 13th. I think
it's in October.
It's October.
It's King of Pro Wrestling.
Yeah,
King of Pro Wrestling.
Okay.
No, because here's the thing. The hardest thing about Takeshi is he signed to 3 promotions right now.
Yeah, New Japan, and AEW.
Hold on for a second. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, you go for it.
Honestly, they should just fucking put the title on Takeshita. Like, to be
but they're not going to give Takeshita. The reason they're not going to give Takeshita the IWGP belt because I feel that if he does, now he's going to be in Japan. And then again, this whole thing, it comes down to him winning the G1 is to prove to Okada, I'm at your level, right? Let's say now I can see this. I'm throwing fantasy booking here. I can see him losing to Zack Sabre Jr. and then Don Callis telling him, "Oh, you want to be like Okada, but you couldn't because you couldn't beat Zack Sabre Jr." I can see it happening, and that's going to set up the feud.
I think that's actually probably that makes the perfect sense. But I feel like Takeshita could have been, like I feel like Takeshita was had a bigger push, like was starting to have a bigger push, but then they kind of sidelined him, and I'm like, because I remember at one point, like you said, he had a shit ton of belts, he had the championships. Kenny comes back. Before that, all of a sudden he gets pushed down a notch, and it's like he disappeared. But then he goes to the G1 and wins that. Which honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you, didn't see that one coming. Did not see that one coming.
I saw it coming. The reason I saw it coming because last year he finished in the top 4. He lost to David Finlay.
Yeah, he was the MVP. He was the MVP last year. He was definitely the MVP last year.
Oh, great. That's a fucking terrible Wrestle Kingdom main event. I'm not going to lie. New Japan. He
was not going to press. No.
Like, when it comes to Konosuke, here's the thing that I said to some dojo debate. I said, the thing is that New Japan right now, they're missing. And remember, keep in mind, this is not Tanahashi's booking now. Gato is only the right-hand man now. He's not the head. He's not the head booker no more. It's now Tanahashi. And this is the first year that this is Tanahashi's first year running that G1 for him by himself to do it along with Gato as his right-hand man. And now this is his first pay-per-view, his WrestleMania, pretty much Wrestle Kingdom. The problem with New Japan, and tell me if I'm wrong on this one, they focus too much on the gaijins and they forgot to focus on their own culture. And everybody's gone. They don't have anybody.
I was about to say, you know, the reason why freaking New Japan feels off right now is because they don't have anybody anymore.
Exactly.
AEW sniped them all.
Well.
They have future stars though. They have future stars. Keep in mind, which you know, Ren Narita is one of them. Whether people like it or not, I love Ren Narita because I like how the G1 he did great. I you know, Yuya Uemura, that's another one. You still got.
Shota Umino.
Shota Umino is another one who's gonna be the future on that. It's just knowing to find himself.
You got Yuta Tsuji. You got Yuta Tsuji. They are not. I mean, they are not. They don't have it, but I think right now they're on this weird kick about having guys who are part of they're trying to build up their homegrown guys. Zack Sabre, as much as people want to say foreigner, Zack Sabre's a homegrown guy.
No, yeah, of course. I'm not saying that he's not.
Yeah, he's not. So giving it to Zack Sabre is the smartest move because one, he has the one thing they really want to do: cross-cultural appeal.
Oh, agreed. I'm not saying you're wrong, Phil. I agree with you.
And the thing is, if you think about it, look, Yota Tsuji, Shota Umino, Uemura, those guys, they're just probably 3 or 4 years from excursion. So the thing with New Japan Pro Wrestling, and this is the thing that I'm not too crazy about. Sometimes they push the older guys. Like when they gave the belt to Goto, I was just losing my head. Like you actually took the belt away from Zack Sabre Jr. to give it to Goto for nothing because at the end of the day, they gave it back to Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah,
I think they have one guy that I still break my head there, which I felt that he should have made history was David Finlay. David Finlay with the New Japan Cup, but then he starts off on the G1 and he's losing all these matches and whatnot, and he almost got close. So to me, the one that should have been given that belt a long time ago was David Finlay. You know what I'm saying?
I agree, and I feel that I think Tanahashi changed the plan. I think the plan should have been Gabe Kip Finlay at Wrestle Kingdom for that belt, and I think that's what should have happened. And this is where we could see the heel turn of one of them, even though they're already heels, but meaning one will turn face, one will be a heel. But the thing is that I can see that Tanahashi, what he's trying to do in this situation for New Japan's culture is that I think he went plan B to switch it to hey, we need to have one of our own, not just gaijins. And I get what Phil's saying about, yes, he is Zack Sabre is a home founder in New Japan. I'm not disregarding that. But what I'm looking at, what New Japan is doing, and how Tanahashi's booking it, he's more about Konosuke's a guy. He reminds me a lot, and I'm pretty sure. And we got a voucher for Omega. Omega got this guy from Noah, signed this guy who's going to be someone in the future, and he has been. He has done incredible matches. Has not disappointed in none of his matches. I've never seen him have a bad match. Tell me, name me a match that he ever batted. I've never seen a bad match.
Who's this? Who?
Konosuke Takeshita.
Testa.
Oh, Takeshita. Hell no, Takeshita.
No,
all Takeshita in the G1 matches were fucking awesome. All of them.
All of them.
Especially the last 4. The last 4 was like he pushed it to the limit. I'm talking about. I thought he was gonna leave.
Yeah, him and Shingo.
I just keep looking at it and I keep saying they should just put the title on Takeshita. I think it would be freaking good. It would be a good idea to go about it because then you have that man representing. He like Phil said, 3 companies that man is under. He is signed to.
But here's
you have him going to those 3 companies back and forth with the IWGP title. That at least gets some recognition more for New Japan because honestly, right now in the state they're at, they need it right now.
Well, here's the
also they also have that. Hold on, Phil. They got the other thing with honestly, you could have them chasing. It builds up more people to like where they go like shit. He may say he's signed to our company. Yes, he's signed to New Japan, but he's also over there. So technically, to our view, he's not one of us. He's not one of us. So that way, they're chasing to get the title back to New Japan.
Mm-hmm.
I like that way to look at it. I think it'd be a great idea. I think they need to go and capitalize on something like that because this is no slight at Zach. I think Zach is fantastic, but like him winning the title back to me just feels random still.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I think the thing I enjoy, I think about is that with Takeshita, and the thing about Gabe, and the thing is, I think what we have to realize is that I think Gabe Kidd's leaving New Japan.
I hope he doesn't because
all the time in AEW. Yeah, I could see.
No, and they've already said that they basically consider him a member of the Death Riders. already.
So basically, they're waiting for him to be free from AEW.
So basically, Bullet Club is gonna die.
No, actually, like technically.
But you can't. They can't. If Bullet Club comes to AEW, then that's still a New Japan faction, regardless.
Let's
be honest. Because of trading marks. However, if Bushido Board and Tanahashi agreed to give it up to AEW because of the partnership, that's different. We don't know. I mean, I'm just throw that.
I mean, honestly, I think right now, I think Bullet Club's going to go through the same type of reorganization they had, where they create quote unquote the War Dogs came in. They'll come up with something else. I think David Finley is going to end up either restructuring the Bullet. They want to restructure the whole faction. Although, truth be told, Bullet Club, as much as I love them, they can go away for a while. They can.
Steven got a point right here. Steven got a good point here. He's part of the Bullet Club. Ace Austin is part of the Bullet Club.
Yeah, he's still a part of Bullet Club.
My thing is
they never let him go.
My thing with Bullet Club is it's just fucking dry anymore. There's nothing left to it. Like it's but
we'll make it better. And I thought about this before Forbidden Door when the War Dog showed up at the Go Home show. I can see the Bullet Club feuding with the Death Riders.
I would like to see that.
But for that to happen, you got to add at least 2 other guys to the Death Riders.
Yeah.
The issue is at this point with New Japan is they're fucking doing House of Torture basically like Bullet Club, which is not good.
All right.
I mean,
not good.
I mean, the thing is they're still like I think Tanahashi, and this goes back to Tanahashi. I think he's trying to redo New Japan and change it up the style a little bit. I don't think
he's building the
no, I'm not. No, hold on, let me finish. I'm not saying I don't think he's focusing on like non-foreigners too much. I mean, foreigners too much.
Yeah.
But I do think he's on this kick that he wants to establish guys like the old, like guys he came up with to kind of get their due, which is why he got Goto having a championship randomly.
Taichin is too. He's next.
Yeah. But at the same time, however, he literally is waiting to bring up those other guys. Because honestly, I do not know why Yuta Tsuji has not been given a title yet.
It's funny that you say that, right? Because I predicted before the G1 Climax started, I had Yuta Tsuji winning the whole thing.
Yeah. So did I. Yeah. And truth be
we've
told,
all had most of those moments.
And
I think the one I had was Gabe Kidd in the finals, and I was going to say Finn.
Shit, he got eliminated in the first round because he got a knee injury.
Yeah,
which don't make no sense because now he's back in wrestling again. So it's like, what the fuck?
No, but it wasn't a bad injury. He just didn't want to put him because he finished his match with Takeshita. Because 5 minutes into the match, Takeshita landed on his knee by mistake, and and you don't want to put one of your top wrestlers, especially Gabe Kidd, who's very popular in New Japan. You don't want to put him to wrestle again the next night. So they were going to use it for Forbidden Door. So, so you keep him away. He was out for almost a month, right? OPC?
Yeah, about a month and a half. Yes, sir. It was. Yes, it was. All right. So let's get into the last subject because Redeemer and I got to go do Collision watch party.
Okay.
This is the one that I need to hear from you guys. It's everybody has Mount Current Pass. This is the topic of the night.
Jesus.
It's the future of men and women. Mount
men and women.
Mount Rushmore of the night. That's what it is. Choose your 5 guys and your 5 women. I mean, your 4 guys and your 4 women.
Oh,
so
shit.
Okay, I'm gonna give it to you right now. Let's say
you name which one you start off, men or women, and name your 4.
I got the future men. I got Okada.
Okay.
Kenny Omega.
Okay.
Will Ospreay. And let me see. Maybe Takeshita.
Ooh, okay. I like that right there.
And the women's, say Toni Storm is one of them. Mercedes Moné. Rhea Ripley, because I feel like Rhea Ripley is still young, could go places. Yep. Let me see. Who else? I'm thinking of a Japanese wrestler here. Let me think. I'm not even gonna go to Japanese.
Yamashita. No.
Just Emilia Yamashita. Let's
go. Or could we say Saraya Lee?
Saraya Lee, yes.
She's
those are my 4 women.
Yeah, Soraya, he's a feature star.
Okay.
I'll tell you that.
Okay. All right. All right. All right.
I like that. Oh shit! It's a tough one, right? It's a tough one.
I'm a sick boy. I'm a sicko.
Yeah, man. You're not sick, but we're all sick.
Okay.
I'm an AEW sicko. Shh.
All right.
All right.
Well, whoever wants to go, take it. Whoever wants to go.
I'll take it. So for me, men's, I honestly think I'm going to go for the men's on one side. I go Damian Priest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna stick with Kenny Omega because
Okay.
you can't fucking go wrong with that.
Okay.
I want to say, and I'm going to say it right now. I'm going to go with my man Yuta Tsuji is still my dude. Like
Okay.
I truly believe that dude's a rock. And
He was dope.
so, yeah, for the last one, honestly, at this point in time, the only person who looks like they might be of interest to me, and this is going to be a weird left string one. Honestly, Christian.
Christian, what Christian?
Christian.
Christian
Christian, how's your daddy, Christian?
This guy right here. This.
How's everybody's father feeling today?
My daddy. Oh, shoot.
Because here's the thing about Christian. I don't think everyone's acting like this new Christian is like brand new. If you saw his ass in TNA, this is not new.
This is just the same Christian that we got already.
Yeah, exactly. But he's so much, in my opinion, he is so much better. And I don't think people appreciate him. Because think about it. Say what you will about that top division. Every time they have given him a storyline, as ridiculous as it is, it's money.
Yeah,
You know what?
It's 100% money.
You know what? Let me play this. Because this is why I love Christian. Let me play this for a moment.
Do you wrestle?
Thank you.
Do you wrestle?
No.
You don't wrestle.
I did back in the day.
I'm sure you sucked.
Shithead.
I love when he told Alvarez that shit. I fucking love that.
You suck.
So for women's, I'm gonna go with Japan Stardom because there is one person right now who I've been watching who has been driving me insane with how good she is. It's Saya Kamatani.
Oh! What? He mentioned her. Let's fucking go. He mentioned her.
I can't believe he did.
Love
out of here.
So it did obviously Tony Storm because Tony Storm and Rhea Ripley are two on that list.
Okay.
And Watanabe.
Yes.
Wow.
Watanabe.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. Watanabe.
Yeah.
Momo. My girl Momo.
Because honestly, if you look at her matches, that's golden. That's golden era right there.
Yeah, I'm saying this right now.
That was a beast.
I think
Yeah.
AZM. Wait, who is it? The one that didn't read? Oh no,
AZM almost made the list, except Momo.
I love AZM, man. Momo and AZM are awesome.
Yeah, you could switch either one of those, but right now my favorite is Momo Watanabe. AZM, I enjoy.
I totally forgot about her. Shit.
That's a Momo.
Okay, all right, I'll go. I'll save Redeemer for last because I want to hear this. All right, men's for sure. Will Ospreay.
Yeah,
that's for sure. I'm not. That guy is a future.
Yeah,
that guy is a future. The other one who's a future as well, that it has a future, is going to be very to the top level. But people like it or not, is Swerve Strickland. That's one. That's another.
Yeah.
Whose house?
My
house. And then on, who could I say? Ooh, I'm gonna get hated on this, but this man has a future because this man really had. I consider him. Well, he had been having a future before, and currently I know his stories are not that great. But whether people like it or not, because what he has done entertainment-wise, I'm going based upon entertainment. And I'm going based upon because he adapted and really changed his in-ring as well. Little by little, he has changed it. I've seen moves that I'd never seen him done. That's the Miz. Miz. Why I say the Miz? Because the Miz.
That's not a bad call. That's not a bad call.
I thought you were gonna say Logan Paul.
I was about to say.
Hell no.
No, I don't hate
that. Will never.
I was about to turn off the stream.
No, Miz is the one.
Honestly, that's a smart call right there. Honestly, I don't blame
The Miz is like 2 times Grand Slam, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Grand Slam.
And honestly, he's another one like Christian. Give him shit. He will make the match better than you think.
Yep. Miz will be a future Mount Rushmore, be talked about in the next 20 years because he's up there. And I feel like he is one of those guys. Okay. And the last one, when it comes to Mount Rushmore of the guy, is who is going to be like your he's already there at that point, but I think he's going to get there. It is going to be Gunther. Gunther's going to be the guy.
Oh,
Gunther.
Oh, Gunther. Oh, yeah.
Gunther's going to be that guy. And he's your future Bryan Danielson mixture with Nigel McGuinness mixture with a lot of shit of Ring of Honor and what he's done on his own career PWG. So he's done it all when it comes to that. Gunther's a guy. I love his charisma. I love how that guy got it all, man. That guy is all checks. So that guy is going to be he's going to be where Mark Calloway is. You know, it took him the same where Mark Calloway Undertaker took him that where he got him where he is at in his career. Women's side, Toni Storm for sure. You know, that woman, I'm glad if this character she took, she went with it and fucking took it to the moon, baby. I'll tell you that. That's right. Not that way, this way, that way, anywhere, because she took it everywhere. So I'm glad for that. And the other woman who could be a Mountain Rushmore on this, whether people like it or not, is Natalya.
Who?
Natalya. Natty is going to be it's already a Mountain Rushmore to me. I just hope when she retires, they give her the run that she deserves. She's going to be the one next to be in charge of that fucking women's division roster, the future, because she knows how to tell stories. If she's going to do it outside of WWE, I wonder why, Papa H. I'm looking at you, WSQ. I wonder why, but I'm not going to question that. It's horrible. Natty is a top Mountain Rushmore. Another one that could be to that point who is ready, I feel like if you give her the opportunity that she could get there, now that she has not re-signed with Stardom, because she got it, I feel like she does. It's just you got to give her that time. Maki Ito. You got to give Maki Ito that one.
Hey.
I'm sorry. I love AZM. I love him a long time, but Maki Ito's as an entertainer, if you push her to the level, and she has helped other women in Tokyo, you know, Jocko Pro, what she's done, her feuds and everything else, that's one woman right there for sure.
I learned a new word, motherfuckers.
That's right. And the last but not least that will be a Mount Rushmore in this one will have to be this one will have to be Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green will get
Whoa, what the hell? Chelsea Green.
Whoa.
Yep.
What you drinking?
I'm drinking Molina. There's a reason why.
I agree with that. I agree with that because she is a worker's worker.
There you go.
I'll give it to Chelsea.
That was the reason why. Phil said the word I was going to say. He said it before I did. She is a worker as a worker.
I'll give her that. She is dedicated to what she does.
She takes a story. She can run with that shit. And she can really go with it.
And she's the type of wrestler you can put in any situation.
That shit with Ethan Page is amazing.
I think that's what makes her a great wrestler because she can actually be anywhere. Like, because truth be told, I am mildly annoyed at the fact that I don't think she should win, but the fact that she has not had a title run in the world championship.
I think she should win it. I think she should. People will get. You know how much cheer she'll get? She already got
I think she could do it. I honestly don't. I think they're afraid to pull the plug on her, but I think she could win the championship. But she at least deserves a shot because, like, the number of people she done put over.
That's exactly why I put her in my Mount Rushmore because she puts over people.
Chelsea.
and she always like is a hard-working worker. Man, seeing what she's done in the Lucha Underground, seeing what she's done in TNA, seeing what she's done outside of America. That woman deserves to be on a feature Mount Rushmore because she's able to tell a story just like the Miz. And let's go with it, run with it, and fucking. I'll make this girl if you need me to help her to get to that point.
She's at least a Hall of Famer, easy.
Oh, absolutely. That's why I put her on my Mount Rushmore for feature. It's her. So.
Drum roll for Justin.
Yeah.
All right. So for my men's, I definitely am going to put Will Ospreay up there. Like that man is just going to be amazing. It just has, again, no matter what he does going forward, a hell of a freaking future. He's already had an amazing career. It's going to go down as probably one of the best out there for sure. I got Seth Rollins on this because honestly, Rollins legit.
Oh yeah,
is legit. Got just everything. Like it doesn't matter what he does. It always seems like he can always turn something around and make it work. I will say that. Again, Braun Breaker to me is probably going to be on this big time because I could see him going far with this. I could see him having a absolutely incredible career when it's all said and done for him. And you know what? This might be up there, and everyone's probably going to listen to me and be like, "What the fuck?" I'm putting Chris Jericho on there, legit.
Okay, no.
I'm putting Chris Jericho on there because as much as he's done in AEW that I have not enjoyed, Jericho has been the one guy that will always know how to reinvent himself no matter what. So in the long run, as much as we will get a lot of the same stuff for a long stretch when it comes to Chris Jericho, he always does find a way to reinvent himself, keep himself kind of interesting in the long run. So Jericho deserves to be up there. I will say that no matter what.
I would like to say one thing. All you mofos can go to hell because none of y'all mentioned Stokely.
Hey, because when you mention your brother, just for that, is this what happened right?
You just made the list.
You just caught a case. That's what Peppy Pills is now.
You just made my case right here. I'm gonna sue your ass for not functioning my brother.
When it comes to the women, absolutely Toni Storm for sure. Like this character that she has now will always be talked about from here on out. We know it will be. Rhea Ripley for sure. Like Mommy is for sure going to be just as we already know. She's already one of the biggest women's stars in wrestling as it is. When it's all said and done, she will still be talked about no matter what.
Also, she never looked at dumb the way she looked at EO. Just saying. Just saying. Just saying, dumb.
And then you basically just mentioned one that I can absolutely put on there as well.
EO Sky. Yeah,
for sure. EO, no matter what, like she is beloved. No, like there will not be a single person that will not remember anything in that when it comes to EO Sky. And well, I'm gonna have to put Becky at the end there on the top there because
Wow.
I'm gonna put Becky on there. I'm gonna put Becky on there because
it's not a terrible call, but that's a left.
That is a bold statement, man.
I'm telling you, Becky. Listen, all four of the horsewomen will more than likely be considered Mount Rushmore status eventually. So
whoa. So you're telling me
listen,
Mercedes Moné, what she's doing right now is not better than what Becky has done through a whole WWE career?
Don't get him started with Moné. Okay, you know what? Go ahead. You started that shit.
Well, when it comes down to the whole nowadays stuff, I'll tell you this: the belt collector thing is pretty fucking lame. I'm gonna be honest with everybody. The belt collector shit is lame at this fucking point. It is played out. It does not work. So, honestly, Mercedes has not made it work. It feels like
she's gonna break Ultimo Dragon's record.
It depends right now because right now WWE has done a piss poor job with her. I will say that. They rushed her through NXT, and her main roster stuff right now is, other than the 2 matches with EO that have not even come to a conclusion, she's literally done nothing. And I can't. And I will not.
Who's this? Stephanie Vaquer?
Stephanie Vaquer.
Oh yeah, they brought her up, and she lost her first match as soon as she came up.
So I will say this, honorable mention. Honestly, the only reason I didn't bring it up was I wanted to, because I was curious. I was still debating her. Was honestly Naomi.
Yes,
I agree. I like that idea too. Yeah,
and I'm not just talking about this run. I'm talking about her entire career. Has done crazy work.
She doesn't get the flowers that she deserves.
Yeah,
the character she was at right now was phenomenal.
Oh, it's crazy.
I mean, I loved it. It's like I said, Big Jim. You should have worn a Big Jim.
Honestly,
you knew her on the belt, but hey,
her and that goddamn scooter killed me every goddamn time she came.
Hey, that freaking thing with her and that promo she cut at freaking Adam Pearce when she announced that she was pregnant was fucking golden. Like she come out there and literally, I don't care if I gotta come back with my baby in my arms, like
and whoop your ass, Stephanie Velcro.
Yeah, like girl, fucking.
She said Stephanie Velcro.
Yeah, Stephanie Velcro.
Honestly, her fucking up Stephanie's name might be the best thing about that storyline, because it was Stephanie Vaquer.
Yeah, Vaquer.
Then it was Stephanie Velcro or whatever your name is.
Dude, like,
let her
honestly,
butcher everyone's names. I'm with it.
If she was not pregnant, I think that story between her and Stephanie would have worked so well. Like I think it would have gone further. Like I think a trilogy would have been great.
Yeah,
and I think so.
And I mean, as much as it pains me to say this, Naomi was dragging that storyline on her back.
But can we say that it wasn't? I feel Naomi found herself more when she went to TNA, and I feel it happened there when she.
No, I don't think she found herself at TNA. I think TNA let her be herself.
That's what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
No.
It's not a matter of like all of a sudden TNA gave her a way to find out.
No.
TNA was like, she was like, let me do me.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden WWE was like, oh shit.
No. You're right. No, that's what I meant. It's like they're finding yourself.
Yeah, like honestly, I think it's it was like a similar to the Dolph Ziggler issue.
Of course.
Nobody thought Dolph Ziggler could be a top guy. He goes to 2, and at one point he has 3 titles from 3 different promotions. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, everybody's looking at Dolph Ziggler or Nick Nemeth completely different right now.
Yep, that is true.
That is very true. No, you're right. Absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I'm not. Hell no. Wow.
But it's the same thing with Natty. Natty has the exact same problem. Because she had such terrible storylines, people don't think she could do anything. She leaves, goes to Bloodsport, becomes this sociopath, essentially, and comes back as like, the living legend. And literally, she comes back to WWE. They give her the same shit.
Yeah.
Like she proved herself on the indies, and when she comes back, they don't go, oh shit, we could have something here.
Honestly, still to this day, I still think it's a good thing that they have not put that on television, because if you're not going to do anything with her, do not ruin that fucking character.
I agree. We're going to do another one of these once again soon. And believe me, we are. I think we're going to do instead of Mount Rushmore, we're going to do another one is who had the best year by far. And I might do that.
We should also do managers, and anyone who mentions Don Callis, anyone who mentions Don Callis, I will cut your feed for you.
Damn, I gotta call you because why? Because your brother's not gonna be there, and that's the reason why. Is that the reason fucking why?
Because he's short, bald, and can't get any hose.
He's been fighting all his life.
Hey, you better talk to your brother, all right? You better talk to him. You better tell him, hey man, can you teach him how to get some hose?
That is still honestly after she's left Kit's house. Watch for the streets. That might be the funniest thing to say AEW done in a long time. But like I said,
technically for him would be got no hose. Got no hose.
But yeah, but like I said, managers be interesting because this day and age, there really aren't a lot of great managers out there. So I'm curious to see who would everyone would pick myself personally.
Right now, for me, Don Callis is doing justice. I'm sorry. He got the best action right now in AEW, brother. He got the whole New Japan Pro Wrestling roster in his group.
I can already tell you flat out, I'm gonna put a controversial pick up there when if we do a freaking manager one.
Who?
Huh? Could you take I bet you would probably like throw something at me if y'all were in person with me right now, but I put fucking Cornette up there.
Cornette's not even working. He's retired.
No, I'm saying though, he is a fucking incredible. He was an incredible manager.
No, honestly, yeah. Back in the day, and back in the day, yeah. Honestly, I loved his Midnight Express. I loved everything he did. But we're talking about now. That's because like managers are now are like a rare breed.
Oh
yeah. So back in the days, they had General Scandal Akbar, they had Paul Jones, they had Jim Cornette, Gary Hart. That could go on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man,
Bobby Heenan.
You know what? All right, the next episode, let's do the top Mount Rushmore of managers. And then
all right. Okay. I already know what's in my top five.
And Henry's gonna join us in that one for sure. Because that's
I mean, at this point, Heyman's gonna be the first one on my list. I mean,
I mean, whether people like it or not, I am with you. I'm here to shit, you know. But folks, we gotta jump out in the other room. We gotta go. Because we gotta jump out in the other one. People are waiting for us. But folks, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Jump on the other on YouTube that we see on our channel. We're gonna jump on that one, folks. So see Collision, as we know, Collision is happening right now. And right now it's pretty much Garcia and Blake Christian. So Moxley's out there like, yeah.
Daniel Garcia had a nice little interaction with John Moxley.
Yeah, he's going to be the next member of the Death Riders.
Yeah,
that's the argument. I don't know. I think he's going to be the one to go against the Death Riders. Like, I think he's the one who's going to be on Dark.
Nah, I don't believe so because the way he's oozing heel coming up. He's oozing big time heel. He's turning.
Oh yeah,
he ain't doing shit right now.
No, yeah.
Anyway, guys, I gotta go.
Okay, all right, man. Thank you.
Henry,
we definitely gotta do this again. Definitely.
Hey,
very good conversation.
I'm glad you came over here. Hey, you know your family here, bro. You're more than welcome anytime.
Yes, sir.
You already know that, and we appreciate you for everything what you do, bro.
Yeah, well, y'all get
tell the people where can they find you though.
Y'all can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, the X. Check out my YouTube channel. I just did a podcast, talked about Mr. Booker T talking about AEW, even though he doesn't watch it. Sami Zayn winning the United States title. I don't know why. And Mercedes Moné winning her ninth title, and everybody hating on her. So check that episode out.
Let me tell you something about that gummy bear spot. Let me tell you something right now, Charmel. Let me give me some gummy bears right now.
Don't get me wrong, it was a great bit he did, but I mean, if he's mad because somebody being ridiculous in wrestling, he the last one to talk.
Exactly. Yeah. I forgot about that one. That was a good one.
Did anyone forget about the respect bit he did when he was with what's the name? The main event Mafia?
Oh my God.
He was yelling respect on every 5 minutes for no goddamn reason.
Respect.
He was beating. So who the hell he was stomping while he had the microphone on?
He was beating Xavier Woods.
No, remember he was black. He was Black Snow.
Oh God.
It was. I mean, at that time, I think he was Austin Creed at that point.
He's getting his ass whipped. He's getting his ass whipped. We're alive.
And the thing is, he didn't even take off his damn robe to do it.
No, he had the red robe on. I still remember that.
Now we go here. We're going to give you a little stomping right here. Watch this right here. Look at that one right there. Look at that.
Yeah. So we're live.
And I don't know that now that he doesn't have Stephanie McCure no more. Now he's using a little device that's like, oh yeah.
All right, guys. Have a good night, man.
All right, man. Take care.
All right, man.
You're more than welcome. You already know, brother.
All right, man. Peace, guys. All right.
Oh man, it's awesome to have Henry here. It was so awesome.
It was excellent.
Thank you.
Hey, make sure, folks, subscribe to the Chokeslam Wrestling Report, man. That man really provides you great, incredible content, just like we do as well. You see what we do here in this community. We support each other, love each other. We're not one of those like, oh, nah, there's no point of that. But what we do here is we all appreciate you guys for watching. But it's not over. We're going to jump on the other YouTube channel as we speak in a short moment, because we got to catch up with the reason why we got to separate, unfortunately, folks, because audio platform reason. It's not because, hey, you want to put it together. It's just because of audio platform, unfortunately. But we appreciate you all for joining us again here and for the flagship show. We will be back here possibly Monday for the aftermath of the Clash of Paris. We may do it before Raw, Dogging with Dom, and Friends with Benefits. So we may do that here before Raw or after. So stay tuned for the timing. You'll know. And then, of course, we'll be back here for tomorrow as well for Clash of Paris. And for the watch party, baby, you already know. But until then, join us right now. Join on the other one. We'll be there momentarily, folks. Until then, you already know that here we derail, we discuss, we debate, and then especially the fourth one, you don't get this man over here in the bottom will be pissed off because he will detonate. And I don't want to do that. And then also, I don't want to piss this man already more off than, you know, his brothers can't get a hose, and I don't want him to sue us. He's my attorney, our attorney. So it's like, I want to make sure that this man...
Short, bald, I can't get any hose. Fuck you, Adam Copeland.
And oh, wait, my other favorite, your wife got a head like a micro brawler.
That's the one right there.
That's the one right there. That's the one that ended. That's the fucking one that ended. Fuck it. But join us on the other one, on the other channel, folks. I'm not gonna do no outro for it. You already know. We'll see you guys on the other one. Don't go anywhere. Join us on the other one right now. We'll be there in 2 minutes. Peace out, folks.
Peace.
Peace.